Hello. In this video you want to make a few graphs. We'll make, I believe we're going to make a dot plot, a histogram, and then a stem and leaf. So here I've opened up Minitab, and it looks like what it'll probably look like for you when you first open it up, and that is it's split between the session window and the worksheet window. Well, let's see, I'm going to put this up here so that I'm going to have just the worksheet showing. Now, first off, we need to open up our file. And if we go to the File menu to open up, we immediately have a problem here because we have Open Project, we have Open Worksheet. Okay, well, we haven't saved any projects. If I clicked Open a Project, I wouldn't be able to find a project to open up. A project is the collection of everything we're working on. If we're doing an analysis, we might have several worksheets with data, we might have several graphs, the session window with a record of everything we've done. That's our project. Well, we haven't saved any projects yet. What we want to do is we want to open up the audit data from Chapter 2. And that's just a simple data set, so it's a worksheet. So we'll click on Open Worksheet. Okay, and let's see, I'm going to come here to, in my document, I have to come down here. I haven't moved this over, it's in where I keep it normally. It's in Reference, CDs, Anderson, Sweeney, Williams, Statistics from the CD-ROM. This is the CD-ROM you've got in your textbook. Okay, we're going to open the Minitab data files for Chapter 2. And there we go. There's the audit. MTW Minitab worksheet. We'll open that up. And then we get a window here. It tells us that this worksheet, this data set, will be added to the current project. Okay. It's a small project at the moment. The only thing it's got is this one data set with one variable. That's all it's got. Well, let's make a graph. We'll add a graph to this project. Okay, to see what this data looks like, one nice graph we can look at is a dot plot. It gives us a good idea of what the data set looks like, especially for a nice small data set like this. We're going to have a simple dot plot. And here's a window you're going to see a lot of if you use Minitab. It says, okay, you want a dot plot? What's the variable? Which variable do you want to dot plot? Well, we only have one, so I click on it. I click the Select button. It comes over to the Graph Variables window. So this is the variable we're going to graph. We might have more variables to graph, but we're only graphing one. All these options here we'll ignore. We'll just click OK. And Minitab does a very nice job here of picking out how to present the graph without our having to set options. We can see that we have one data value of 12, one of 13, two of 14, two of 15, etc. If this was a large data set with it, instead of each dot being one data value, each dot might be 2, 3, 4, 5, or even more data values. It's a small one, so one dot, one data value. Okay, that's fine. We have our dot plot here. Now let's go back to the data. Notice now we have a dot plot worksheet. Come back to our data worksheet. Now this time we want to make a histogram of the data. So I'll come up to Graph, and it's very simple. Just click on Histogram. We want a simple one. Okay. And again, which variable do we want? Well, we only have one, so I select it. We have options here, lots of options, but we'll just click OK, because Minitab does a very nice job of putting out a pretty nice looking histogram without our having to go to the options. So we can see there are two values on this bar, 15, two values in this bar, etc. Well, we'll see how to go back and look at this in more detail later. Right now we can see pretty much what the data set looks like. And we see our window. Now we have a histogram window in addition to the dot plot window and the original data. Okay, one more, stem and leaf. This is the last one. So we come here to graph. It's the same routine. We should know it by now. We come down to stem and leaf. Which variable do we want the stem and leaf of? Time. Let's see, I select it. Click OK. This time notice we got no dialogue. Okay, and also notice that this time, if we come here to window, there's no stem and leaf window. First time I saw this, I was saying, what the heck is going on here? There's no stem and leaf, but if you take a look, you look up here, you see we're in the session window. This is the window that keeps a record of everything that goes on. So it tells us that for the audit worksheet, it tells us that we made a dot plot of the time variable, it tells us we made a histogram of the time variable, and it tells us that we made a stem and leaf. But the stem and leaf, instead of being in a separate window now, is down here. It's right here. I could copy this and put it into Word. We can see up there that there are 20 data values. The leaf unit is 1.0. Well, actually, it's a little bit more detailed than that. If you look carefully here, you can see that we have, well, first off, we have 3 columns. The leftmost column, ignore. Okay, the stem and leaf will be this middle column and here. Okay, so there is one stem and leaf. A data value of 12, a data value of 13. The next one, we have 2 data values of 14, 2 of 15. Next one, 16 and a 17. So you can see it's dividing it up. Each row just takes 2 possibilities. So there's 12 and all the 12s and 13s, all the 14s and 15s, all the 16s and 17s, 18s and 19s, 20, 21, etc. Okay, so here we go. Here's one data value of 27. Come back up here. We have a data value of 22, 22, 23. Okay, so what's that leftmost column over here? Well, if we take a look here, it's counting how many data values. We have 2 data values in the first row. Okay, in the next row, it goes up to data value number 6. In other words, in this row, we have point number 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so in the first 2 rows, there are a total of 6 data values. Come down in the next one, we pick up 2 more data values for a total of 8. Okay, now here, there are 4 in this row, but their parentheses are on the left. That's because the median, the very middle data value, is in this row. This row contains the middle of the data set, so over here, that count there on the left, that 4 is in parentheses. One of those is the middle one. Okay, then it starts counting back. Okay, so that actually from the bottom here, from the very biggest one, the largest data value, there's 1 there. There's nothing here, so we still have a 1. We have a count of 1 total data value. Come up here, we get 1 more at 29. Okay, so the biggest one is 33. The next biggest is 28, is it? Sorry, my eyes are bad. 28. And that's 2, counting from the top. Well, we're coming up on 10 minutes, so I will see you in another video. Have fun making stem and leaf plots. Take care and goodbye.